Hola Colchoneros, welcome to Atleti Fanatics, and I have with me Scene Keeks as usual, and we are back. I think it's La Liga Match Day 3, and we have a Youth Champions League draw as well, uh, and then pretty interesting matches in the Champions League draw. But again, moving on to the things which we're going to discuss today. Obviously, the preview of the match against Deportivo Alavés, which is again away from home, and then the Champions League draw. I think we have three difficult teams, I would say, and then the rest like eventually depends on Atletico de Madrid how they perform, because again the rest I think we should beat them easily, but I think the three teams which we've been drawn against, I think they're the ones to beat if we have to make it to the top 8. But I think we're gonna make it to the playoff round. That's for sure. I believe it because last time the teams with 11 points were making it to the playoff round. So I'm pretty sure we can at least win 4 matches out of 8. Anyway, and also we're gonna talk about some rumors which been happening lately with Atletico de Madrid. And we're gonna start off with let's start off with the Champions League draws in Geek. So we have Liverpool away, we have Arsenal away, and we have Inter Milan at home. And I think these are the three matches are like the main ones. And then we have Galatasaray away, which would be interesting. Turkey is not a, you know, it's a very it's not easy. It's a very hostile environment. And then we have Bodo, Frankfurt, and we have USG, and then we have come again.
Union Saint-Gilloise. I think that I'm saying that correctly.
Yeah, that's why I didn't say the full name. So you have USG. I forgot there's one team missing. Galatasaray, USG, Frankfurt, Bodo, Inter, Liverpool, Arsenal.
Mm-hmm.
I'm missing one team. PSV. Yeah, that's not an easy place. Again, it's an away game as well. So let's just start with the first top 3 teams which we've drawn against. I think the main one. I think if we win against any of these 3, I think we can make it to top 8. I think so. Just one win out of these 3. But again, Inter Milan, again, the last season, they had the best defense in the league phase. They only conceded 1 goal. And we're gonna be playing them at home. And last time when we played them, they had plenty of chances to kill the tie. We were just lucky, I would say, that they didn't score, and then we just took our opportunities. But they could have killed the tie easily.
Yeah.
The first leg, I think they should have at least scored 2-3 goals. The second leg, again, they should have at least scored 2-3 goals. But I mean, things worked out in our favor. Again, not an easy match. Obviously, I think Inter right now is like a much better version of us. To be honest, they have their like the defense is much better. Their counter attacking is much better, and with the current form we have, I hope it improves. Obviously, I hope it improves. Like right now, we don't have the schedule. I think the schedule would be given on Saturday, like when you play. Saturday.
It's Saturday.
Saturday, yeah. We'll be given the schedule on Saturday.
We'll update you after we play the Alavés game.
So it's going to be updated, and like we'll see like when we're going to play these matches. But I think Inter at home, I think I see a possibility of getting a point, okay, or maybe a draw. I don't see us losing to Inter. But yeah, I see it winning that match. I see us winning that match. Because for some reason, Inter just, they're also worried about this, even though like we're not currently in good form, but Inter is worried, they have it in their mindset. But anyway, the second thing I want to say is Liverpool away. That's a L for me. I don't even want to say anything. That's a straight L. I don't believe my team, getting 3 points over there. It's a very, very difficult game. We played Liverpool last time as well in the group stage, where again, we almost made a comeback. We made it 2-2. And then Hermoso with a very, very stupid penalty when we were actually playing very good with 10 men.
I don't believe that was a penalty, yeah? My personal
feeling. Obviously, me too. I mean, like, he did a shoulder push, and then obviously he made the most of it, and then, they got the penalty. But I would say, like, that was very, very unnecessary. Off the ball as well. Like, the ball was still in air, like, there was no need to make that move. Yeah, especially when referees don't work in our favor. So yeah, the Champions League, obviously nothing works in our favor. So yeah, I think Liverpool away again. The last time when we played, I think again we got a red card. That we got red card in both of the games we played against Liverpool. Griezmann in the first at home, and then Felipe. I think it was Felipe away at home.
I don't think I think neither of those games those were red cards. I know the Griezmann one is more
It's a high
contestable.
foot.
Yeah,
It's a high foot. No, Felipe one was red card as well.
This is my feelings. I'm not. This is I can't be like, yeah, this is 100% the truth. I just like from how I felt was the Griezmann one was the high foot, as you mentioned, right? We know he was looking at the ball. He had no vision of Firmino, right? The only reason I felt like it wasn't a red card is because in the exact same game, well, not the same game, we're in the same group with Isman was facing, who's the other team that they were facing? Porto, right? So in the same group, Isman faces Porto. Zlatan, at his 6'4" self, hits a guy square in his face. Like square in his face, studs across his face, right?
That's way past years, bro. Like rules have changed now.
No. I am saying it was a yellow card, and this was being played at the same time as the Atletico game, right? The reason why I was saying it's strange that this one, which was given grace because of the fact that Zlatan was very clearly trying to go for the ball, and he had no vision of the player, and the player came into view after he hit the player, that it was given, and we had VAR at the time too, right? And they were given a yellow card, which I think is fine. Right, I understand the idea of high foot and why you would give red cards and why it is a reckless play. I am just saying, in the context of both of those two challenges, I understand why both should, in my opinion, should have been a yellow card. Not across the board, it should be yellow cards, just in that specific instance. The Felipe one, it is where he hit the Achilles of Mane. I think he wasn't going to get a red card until he walked away from the referee and the referee changed his mind. The way that I was looking at that looked like a referee. That was an ego trip. That wasn't necessarily a red card moment. I could see it being given a red. I don't really mind that. The problem was just, I think that was genuinely a referee moment. And I think it's the same thing with the Liverpool-Atletico game, where I think Liverpool and Atletico both played very, very good football. And we were having a really good match. And I think the referees' two decisions with the red card for Griezmann, and then also the penalty that wasn't a penalty in my eyes. And then they didn't give us a penalty when they did the exact same challenge against us in their box against Jimenez, and Jota did it onto Jimenez. Worst possible situation, but we'll
like I said, things doesn't work in our favor. Referees, they don't like us at all. So like, don't expect anything. I think like it's just like on our own kind of a thing. Like we're on our own.
So,
but yeah, anyway.
On the rest, yes.
Yeah, so Liverpool away, I don't see that like we're winning that one. I mean, unless and until like we pull off something like a PSG. But like I would say like Liverpool is actually conceding goals a lot. Like recently they made a comeback against Newcastle, even with 10 men, and then even before that, like they conceded a few goals the opening day, and then they lost to Crystal Palace as well. So I think defensively they are a bit shaky. But again, we know offensively how our strikers are. So, even if we got those opportunities, I don't know if we're going to finish them. And again, it depends on when we play, if Bayern is back or not. We're going to talk about this. But anyway, next, Arsenal away. This one, I actually wanted Man City, to be honest, for some reason. But, if we're going to get any of those teams from pot one, I wanted Man City. But Arsenal away. I have this feeling Arteta is gonna pull like our own moves against us. It's gonna. I mean, like that. Those corners are gonna be awful to deal with, especially the fact that like we are so shit aerially. Those corners will be a hell to deal with. I mean, like Arsenal is fucking good with those corners. I can see like they dunking one of those corners against us and then park the bus against us only, and then we're just struggling to go for the second goal and go for the equalizer, and then Arsenal can actually go for the second goal while counter-attacking us with Saka running or let's say Trossard or Martinelli. But I really want to show Arteta his place. Like you can't pull off this, like you can't pull off these athletic kind of moves against us. You can't do that. So I hope Simeone, have something in his locker, because you can't pull dark arts against the someone who invented dark arts. Like seriously. So, but Arsenal won. I'm not sure because it's going to be a very difficult match, especially the fact that like we suck aerially. But anyway,
Mhm.
next I think a pretty achievable Frankfurt home, achievable Bodo at home, achievable easy game. USG away. I think
I
USG is
don't like,
away, right?
I don't like
USG is I
playing in Belgium. We've never won in Belgium before.
USG is in Belgium or is it in Switzerland? I think Switzerland.
Union Saint. No, I'm fairly certain that's a Belgian team. Yeah.
It's a Belgian thing. Okay, all right,
Yeah.
yeah.
You had me double guessing there, man. I was like, are they not this? No, no, yeah, yeah. Them, Club
Okay,
Rouge, and the Lex, all Belgium.
okay, all right. Yeah, my bad. I think it was Switzerland for some reason, but anyway.
Hmm.
So yeah, USG. It's at home, right? USG at home.
Let me double check
So
for
we
you.
have we have we have Inter, we have Frankfurt, we have Bodo, and then we have I think USG at home.
The home games. We have Inter home, we have Frankfurt,
Frankfurt,
and then yeah, and then
USG.
yeah. So
We
I'm
don't have any
fine.
big games.
Yeah,
We don't have
like
any big games at home.
we have Inter. We have Inter. That's a big game.
That's just one. I mean, Liverpool away,
Oh,
Arsenal
we
away.
don't have many. Yes, yeah, we don't have many. Most of the
Yeah,
home games are on teams that you would
easy,
say we are
easy.
favored to win.
Exactly. PSV away. That's gonna be difficult. We always struggle with Dutch teams. Like Feyenoord, for example. I still don't know how we pulled
Like,
that away 3-2, 3-2 or 3-1 win. And fine. Well, Hermoso scored a wonder goal, and
amazing.
and then we got lucky as well with the Jimenez own goal, and then actually two own goals, not one.
You
And
said yeah, Jimenez. I was like,
yeah,
Jimenez.
exactly. Rodrigo Riquelme was amazing that match.
Yes, he was.
He also won the man of the match. If anyone remember that video, para me. But yeah, anyway, then we move on to PSV away. Galatasaray away is going to be an interesting one.
I don't know.
They have Victor Osimhen up front. That guy can, like I see that guy creating problems for us, especially aerially, and especially like with Lenormand and everything. Like he's running, with that physique and pace. I can be a problem. And then the next, I think the rest of the games I think are pretty easy. But yeah, I think we're gonna make it to the playoffs for sure. That's for sure. Like we're making the playoffs for sure. Top eight, I'm not sure. Playoffs, I'm definitely sure. Because again, we just have to get 4 wins, and I think that's achievable. But anyway, guys, do let us know your opinions. What do you think about the Champions League draw? Was it like an easy group or whatever the matches we got, or do you think like we're not making it out of this? So do let us know, and also do let us know what you guys think. Like who would you love to face in the Champions League phase? Like for example, for me, I would have loved to face Man City for some reason. I really want that revenge from that, like that bizarre draw we played at Metropolitano. So I would have loved to face Man City, but yeah, like always, they got Real Madrid. Barca got the easiest league phase group. They had literally have the easy walk to the top eight. Barca and also I think PSG is fucked actually. But yeah, Barca got the easiest, and Man City is also got the easiest for the league phase. But anyway, we move on to the next one, which is again obviously the preview of the La Liga Match Day 3. Okay, yeah. Before we start the match day preview, actually, I think Keeks, you wanted to finish. Go on.
Yeah. So, quick pointers. So we can just let's do this. I view the Arsenal game as a straight up loss. I know people will feel very differently about me on that, but just because of the fact that we have such a really really bad set piece defense, I know it's like I don't. Bar may be long. I feel like I've said this already, but it's like bar may be long. Eh? All of our centre backs are at a level that is good enough that we should not be as bad as we are. Hanko, Lenormand, Jimenez, even Pubil are all very, very good in terms of when you give them a proper structure to be able to use around them. I don't particularly like Llorente or Molina as in terms of the set piece, in terms of what they can do, but that's neither here nor there. I think as a team, you need to defend it better. And as a team, we're very bad at it. And usually, when things are going badly in terms of our structure, Oblak can come and save us. But Oblak, this is one of the few areas that Oblak is actually really not good at and is not comfortable with, which is coming in early to come and defend the corner, taking these other things. I think the last time he did that, I think it's 2 seasons ago in 23-24 against Real Madrid, we conceded our own goal. You know what I mean? Like this is one of those areas that Oblak is not comfortable with. So you just have to, you need to step up because Oblak normally steps up, and you need to step up to confirm that. Could we beat them in general? Yeah, probably. I don't think it's impossible, but I don't feel comfortable against Arsenal.
I mean, Arsenal has the best defense in the world. One of the best defenses. Saliba,
it's like that's the problem. It's like not just individual defenders, but as a team, as a structure, they're very, very good, and out of possession, they're very, very good. So Arsenal, I'm just going to count that as a loss, and we're going to ignore that. Liverpool is one that I actually think we have a better chance than people probably give us a thing, because I think Liverpool, I think Alex was just saying this himself, on transitions, they have a lot of space. They give away a lot of space out of possession. If you can catch them at our box, you can almost guaranteed hit them on a counter. And whether or not you score or not is obviously up to the chance. But if Bayana is there, if Amada or Alvarez is there, I feel comfortable that we can actually create chances to make Liverpool a little more uncomfortable. The reason why they won against Newcastle is because they have some very, very top level players that can convert very low quality chances, or low percentage chances. I say that. Salah, Ekiteke, they're probably going to get Isak soon. They still have a lot of other good players. So still things to watch out for, but I think they are a lot more traditional compared to an Arsenal defense, where we are right now. One of the key areas we suck at is that. And Inter Milan, I'm not comfortable with them either, but we're at home. I think that kind of comes into play a little bit. And then the fact that Inzaghi is no longer there. And even though I think at their very peak, they're probably better than Atletico's current situation, the problem with Inter Milan is they're filled to the brim with older players. And while they have a lot of experience, you can literally run them ragged. And for the most part, that is something that we think we should really be focusing on. We have a very young team. Yes, they're not experienced, but we need to put it into our ball field. When you look at the other home games, like Frankfurt, we're not usually comfortable with German teams, but I think we're really well suited for German teams right now. And I think Frankfurt is a team that we can beat, especially as they just sold Ekiteke. So I don't think they're going to be as formidable. There's still somebody to watch out for. PSV, watch for Yarek. I like Yarek a lot. I wanted him here. He is now in PSV. He's doing incredibly well. Please, for the love of God, watch Yarek and scout him for next season. Sell you along there and get him. That's my opinion.
Maybe it can be another Hansko situation when Hansko came and Metropolitano, and like we started to having tabs at him when he played Feyenoord. So maybe it can be another situation.
This could be a full circle moment where we were already looking at him in Valencia, but maybe his development in PSV could give him to that next level where we could actually go back and think maybe he'll want to come back to Spain. I don't know. That's all I want to say about PSV. I don't like playing away in Netherlands, but I think we have a chance. Galatasaray is the one that I feel the most uncomfortable with. Very scary home team. Very, very, very terrifying atmosphere. They have a very scary set of players alongside them. Not just Osimhen, but they have a whole host of really good attackers. They have a whole host of really good midfielders. I like Gabriel Sara, for instance. But I don't know how I feel about that. We could scam a win. We'll see. I hope we scam a win. That's how I feel. That's a very scary team to play against. Bodo Glimt, Solot will score. That's just how I feel. All right, cool. as the Champions League roundup for the most part. Did I miss anybody? Union
You
Saint-Gilloise, yes. We should win. We beat Belgian teams at home on average.
you remember what happened against Club Brugge away at home, where we
Yeah,
missed
that
chances and
was
chances, and then just I forgot his name. Uticlia? Who was it?
that was Buchanan. Wasn't that Buchanan? Wasn't he
No, no,
there for Bruges back then?
I think so, but it was Uticlia. I think he scored 2 goals against us.
Oh yeah, him. Where is he now?
I don't know. I don't care, to be honest. He can go to hell. But yeah, he was ex Barca. I think he was from La Masia as well. Uticlia.
But we're normally very good with against Belgian teams at home. So I'm very happy that we're playing them at home. Because if we were to
Yeah,
play
we,
them
we
away,
were we were very good. We were very good against Club Brugge as well in that match, and we wasted opportunities. Griezmann, Álvaro Morata wasted, and then they got 2 chances. They scored 2 goals against us.
you take what you get. You know what I mean? That was
Yeah,
just
and
I
then
that
that
year
was
in general.
that was just the start. You know what happened afterwards? We lost against Bayer Leverkusen, and then that Carrasco penalty happened.
Yes, yes. We'll talk about Carrasco later, but yes. Yeah. So as a general, that's our general Champions League takes. I feel like Alex. I feel confident we will at minimum make playoffs. I think we can make top eight. I don't think we'll cut top eight, but I think we can make top eight.
You think? I think if we manage to get I think like 6 wins out of 8, we are making top 8.
Yes,
But
I think
now,
for that to happen, you have to like of these scarier teams that you have to play, you have to win one of Inter, Liverpool, and then also watch and make sure you don't drop points against Galatasaray or PSV in the away games. So those are the 4 games that are really the main focus. Everything else should be a win or a loss in the case of Arsenal, in my opinion. So I think those are the ones that you contend. Those are the ones that you take as much time as you can to try and really get the point across.
I think even with 5 wins and a couple of draws, I think it can get us to the top 8. But I would
I think
say
so.
it doesn't really matter, to be honest, guys. It doesn't really matter, to be honest, because again, look, PSG almost got like out of the competition, and they made it to the playoffs, and then they played the playoffs, and then they
Mhm.
won the playoffs, and they eventually went on to win the competition. And
That's
Real Madrid again, they went on. I think like it was most of the teams that made it to the top 8 struggled to make it to the next round.
which is
We
actually
went,
very ironic. Huh? But
yeah, we went out. Liverpool went out, and then who else was it? Then it was I forgot. I think Sporting.
Sporting went out. Yes, yes, you're correct.
Yeah, then Leverkusen.
Leverkusen got knocked out by Bayern immediately. I
So
think
yeah,
did
more.
Bayern not top eight?
I
I don't think
I
they
think
did.
I think only Barcelona and Inter Milan, they made it to the next round.
Yeah,
Rest all of the teams
which
are out in this next round.
I'm gonna assume that's an anomaly. But the only reason we shouldn't look to try and copy the PSG formula because PSG had, had most of their starters would really being rested for Champions League, and a lot of their games in the actual league, you could just play Kangan League, you could just play, you know, you could just play Barcola, you could just play
No,
well.
I think for me it was much of, I think, look, Champions League is a competition where like you need momentum, you know, and then if you get that break in between, for example, like all of those like topic teams, like they got the break, right? They don't have to like play, and then all are like, oh, we got rest, we don't have to play extra game. But then I think like it kind of like didn't work in the favor unless until like you're actually very good. But like for example, teams like PSG and everything, it got
Yeah,
them momentum
I
momentum to
agree.
go through.
The only reason I say that is just because of the fact that I think we are not built to take those extra two. Like I maybe when we talk about this in a later time, but I think as a general point,
I mean, yeah, we'll talk about this when the league phase ends. Like we're gonna do a
so
match day preview for each team. But yeah,
so
anyway, let's just move on actually from
yeah,
this. Yeah, we have another match to talk about as well on Saturday. So, guys, we are playing Deportivo Alavés on Saturday, and then this is our second away game. And I don't see this as an easy game at all, to be honest. Especially the fact that, like we're still struggling with form. And I mean, we're just talking about Champions League, like winning against St. Geeks was saying we can have a good time against Liverpool. I mean, like Deportivo Alavés, I see this and like I'm still not sure if we're gonna win this match. Liverpool is like way forward, but Deportivo Alavés, like I said, they have one win, they have one loss. Technically, they are above us in the table. They have 3 points. We have 2 points. They're on ninth. We're on. I think we are on 13th now, or maybe 12th. I forgot. I mean, if you look at some improvement, we moved up 2 places. So congratulations, Colchoneros. From 15th we reached 13th. So that's improvement. Uh, but anyway, talking about this match day, I think Simeone is still trying to like assess what's his main 11 is actually. He's still not sure. I heard about this news that Simeone is trying to play David Hansko on the left back position, and he's trying to play Longley as a centre back. So, like again, he's still like going with the options. He still don't know what is his main 11. We saw this last time as well when season start. He Simeone wasn't sure whether he should play Alvarez all at the front, Alvarez Griezmann up front, or Alvarez on the left hand side, Alvarez on a second striker, and then Giuliano on the left hand side, Giuliano on the right hand side. Where then he actually like fitted on the right hand side, and then again Gallagher in midfield, left midfield. We were having all these rotations, and again we were rotating the stuff as well from 3 to 4 at the back. So we were having all these kind of situations. So right now, I still think Simeone hasn't figured out what his main 11 is. I would say Giuliano is having. I think he's out of form right now. Giuliano. I would prefer Llorente to move into that position, and then I would say give chance to either Molina or Marco Bill. You have to give them a chance on right back position. I mean, again, it's Deportivo Alavés. Come on, like I'm not saying that give them a chance against Real Madrid or Barcelona. It's something which you can try, to be honest. Move Llorente, because again, like I said, like that's the only place where we lack a player. That's the right hand side for Giuliano, and we don't have any player in that position. So why not you move Llorente up front? Create competition for Giuliano. Keep Molina and Pubil on the right back position. I mean, at least give them a try, give them a chance. If it works, great. If it doesn't work, it's okay. Like you're literally losing points anyway. So what's the loss over here? Like you get me? Like fine, there will be frustrations, but again, like you always do. You change at halftime. Change it at halftime. It doesn't work. You get my point?
I get your point. I don't necessarily agree, but I get your point. You know what I mean? Like I don't like. I think even though Giuliano had a really bad game in terms of the clinical finishing, Llorente is not in much better form right now. Yes, especially not
Still,
offensively.
still, maybe he can do. I think for me, like he did much better than Giuliano on the right hand side. Like in the when Giuliano got subbed up, I think like he did much better. Like the link up play with Molina and Llorente was much better when the link up play was between Giuliano and Llorente. Because I think then again we had those chances, even though Llorente did fuck up that chance where he should have passed it to Raspadori for the tap in, which was again offside, but still,
Even if it wasn't offside, it's just like
even it was, yeah, he should have passed it. But again, I would say
even
we
if you
have to,
you have to
we
score.
have to, because again, look, if you're telling me, then why did you buy Marco Beal? Why did you waste 20 million euros on Marco Beal? Why? There has to be something for Marco Beal, right? Like he's not just there to warm the bench. So
I,
I think you should give it a try. I think this is the match day where I think Simeone should try, but again, we all know like it's not gonna happen. But like this is my opinion. I don't know. Do let us know, guys, what do you think about this? Mark Pubil on the right hand side with Llorente up front. I think Simeone should try this. This is what I feel like, just to create that competition for Giuliano.
I see why I see what you're talking about, and I think the reason why Simeone is experimenting is because he very clearly sees, especially after the goal that we scored against Elche, what Hanko can do for you on the ball and as
You,
well.
you remember you remember that moment where Lenormand and then again this player of Elche, they were running and Hansko literally overpaced both of them to clear the ball.
Right. That's just
I,
like
I was
that's the
I
level
was
of that's the difference in terms of the pace. That's the difference in terms of the
exactly. I
execution.
was very happy. Like we have someone who can actually outpace some players. We don't have those boring, like legs with concrete legs which can't run at all.
That's that's see, I had mixed feelings about that because it's like I'm happy that it's happening, but I'm sad because if you had him alongside, like we knew as we sold Ronaldo, we had no other profile like Ronaldo in our team. We had nobody who's as fast as Ronaldo in our back line, or maybe Molina and Llorente, both of which are not necessarily as good as he is defensively. So we know that. We also got rid of Mourinho, who's a similar profile, very, very fast, very, very good defensively, very capable of sweeping up. If you want somebody who is capable of doing these things that Jimenez has been able to do for years, despite his injury woes, then you need to keep a profile like that. I'm happy that we signed Hanko because we have that profile. But what happens if if Hanko is on the other side of the pitch? You have Lenormand against Mbappe. You have it's like you can't. We have there's too many fast left wingers in comparison in La Liga, and to the wider extent, most of Champions League that we were about to go on for this to be something that shouldn't have been thought about, and then to the wider extent that you just talked about. Pubil to me isn't a waste because I think he's a really good opportunistic buy, but it's annoying because I think we both said Molina is not necessarily a priority sale at the start of the summer, as we said. We said Llorente is a starting right back, and Molina is a good cover right back. We have other positions to worry about. We need to get two centre backs. We need to get a defensive midfielder. We need to get an attacking midfielder, maybe a centre midfield, a starting striker, and maybe a dribbler. Those are the things that we said overall that we need to get. That's about 6-7 players. We got most of the things that we just mentioned. Technically, we got two centre backs with Longley and Hanko. Although I feel kind of cheated by that, but we got Hanko. I'm happy with Hanko. We got Cardoso. I'm happy with Cardoso. I'm happy with Baena. I'm happy with all of these other signings. Right? Did not get a starting striker. Not happy with that. We didn't get a dribbler. We'll see how the transfer window ends, but also not happy with that because it means that you have another profile you're missing in the squad. And then we're still back to the incredibly low centre midfield depth with De Paul leaving and us not replacing him. So Pubil should have been an understudy that would have replaced Molina, got another centre back or midfielder, whatever it is, dribbler, something. I think his signing is fine. It's just the fact that you signed a player before the person leaves kind of leaves you in a spot where you have to sell a player you originally weren't going to sell, which makes no sense to me. You know what I mean? Or did they
Yeah,
plan to sell him and he didn't?
yeah. We'll talk about this later. It's okay. We'll talk about that
Time.
later.
But in
Yeah,
terms of
another time.
Alaves, am I comfortable with the fact that he's experimented with Longway in the centre back to show Hanko being further forward? No, not really. I think Ruggieri's been good in these two games, to be honest. I don't think he's been that bad offensively or defensively to not want to play. But I get what he's trying to do with Hanko. It's just you see clearly Hanko can do a lot in a back three. He can beat at also that we used to have. And maybe Pubil could do something similar for us on the right side centre back in a back three. We just don't have enough centre backs. We technically, and I do mean very much technically, only have 4 centre backs available if you count Pubil. And Longley is terrible in a back three. So this is his compromise, I suppose.
But anyway, players to look for, I think, Deportivo Alavés. I mean, like, yeah, we have these problems. I mean, like, we all know that. Like, we only have 4 centre backs. And yeah, Mark Pubil, like I always say, Mark Pubil is a centre back.
Great.
Mark Pubil is a centre back. But yeah. Anyway, guys, I think, moving on, I think Deportivo Alavés, like, I would say, yeah, the things.
A compilation of the amount of times you said Marco Pio is a centre back and do it every week.
But yeah, anyway, guys, I think like the only player from Alaves who can hurt us, I see Guridi as someone, like someone who can hurt us. I think like I don't the way our form is going on, the way like we are right now. I think I like from 30 yards or 25 yards, a banger of a goal from Guridi, and then we're just trying to like score that equalizer. But I mean, like again, they have Carlos Alenia as well from Barcelona, and again they have Mariano from Real Madrid, Saint Kicks. They have Mariano, and
I'm not going to talk about
so it's again, I would say again defensively, like I say, all of these players, against us, they become prime Maldini and prime Nesta. So let's see. I hope Atletico de Madrid can actually, find ways to beat them. But again, I think the most important thing I would say in this match would be to finish the chances.
Yep.
So what exactly? Like the last two games, it's all about chances, and we conceding stupid goals.
Mm-hmm.
Again, first match, Julian Alvarez, what a play. Hit the post, 2-0. It was game over, but no, we couldn't do it. And then, yeah, suddenly
We
it
could have
was
scored
2-1.
before that too, but yeah, I get
Yeah, yeah. And then again, Espanyol, again, guys, we could have finished the game in the first half itself. Giuliano missed two chances. Sorloth missed a 1v1. And then eventually we missed a few more chances in the second half. So and then we just second half, I think there was just one only with Lorente, but yeah, we just couldn't finish the game. We couldn't literally find the gaps in between. And again, La Liga match day 3. I think the most important thing right now would be to finish the chances. And we talk about defense because again, we're conceding stupid goals, but if offensively we finish the game, I mean, I don't think the opponent will get the time to come back. The prime example, Real Sociedad at home. First 15 minutes, the game was 3-0, gone. The game was gone in the first 15 minutes. Atleti was having fun afterwards. Real Betis, we killed them with the free kick and the other players as well.
that could
Just
have been
kill the game.
7-0 fashion if we really wanted it to be.
Exactly, just kill the game. I mean, like we saw against Real Madrid, Real Oviedo. They got the chances, they finished those chances. Mbappe with the turn, easy turn, goal. Next, Vinicius Junior got the chance, pass it to Mbappe, finish 1v1, finish. You take these chances. That's the difference between us and Real Madrid and Barcelona. Barcelona made a comeback again. They took their chances. I mean, they took their half chances. That Ferran Torres goal, that goal from Pedri, that wasn't even a chance. That literally came out of nowhere. And the last goal again, that was a lucky goal, obviously, which again doesn't happen with us. So yeah, keep in mind we have to create chances.
It can. It's just like sometimes it feels like there's a disconnect from some parts of the generations, right? Because it's like in 2014, 15, 2013, 14, 2015, 16, 2016, 17, we get those chances and usually we would score them because of the chances we created, of these things, we'd hit the players that we have in our attack. Falcao, Griezmann, Diego Costa. It's like
But
Raul Garcia.
again, it
Scary
comes
players.
to finishing. It comes to
Yeah,
finishing, right? Like again,
for
back to
sure,
my
for sure.
point. It comes to finishing. Like
It's
whenever we had someone who can finish the chances, like whatever chance we get, Suarez, we won the league. Whatever chance we get, Suarez finished it.
so I 100% agree with you because I think it's a good sign though because I think when you look at the last two games, right, we have been very fluid when it comes to creating chances, both in the first and the second half of the games. And that's a really good sign because it shows that the starting premise of the plan is already very fundamental and already capable of being able to come and take onto the players. And if things go wrong, we still have potential to create another chance to give us another edge into whatever. It's a shame that we haven't finished our chances, and it's a shame that we're making silly defensive mistakes. But those are things that can fix. Those are things that we can fix. We've bought players that could fix those things. We have Alvarez. Alvarez is a very good finisher. We have Bayern. We have these things. It's like chance creation is now no longer a major problem. It's now a matter of can you finish the chances that you made, and then follow up of can you suffer when you need to suffer and do what you need to do when you need to. So small things, things we can figure out. I think encouraging signs in terms of the wider part of Atletico, worrying signs in terms of the results. See, Alavés, although I'm again that set piece thing, trying to put Longley into the team against the the current La Liga's current aerial duel, like the best aerial duelist in the league right now, is Deportivo Alavés. We're about to put on Longley as a starter. That's not a wise idea. It's not a wise idea at all. So
Let's move on to the next one now, which is again the possible lineups for the game. So
yes.
again, so it's again Oblak obviously, and then Lorente, and
Mhm,
then again Lenormand, and this one is again it was between Hansko and Longley, but
mhm.
I think Hansko will start, and then the left back would be JD, and then again it's the same lineup guys from the last match. Giuliano,
He gave up.
Giuliano, Barrios, Cardoso, and then Almada, and then Alvarez and Sol at the front. It's literally unchanged, but it's just the only one change which was reported was Longley instead of Hansko and Hansko instead of Tujeri.
Yep.
That was the only change which was again reported. But let's see. I think it's going to be the same lineup as the last match, and it's good. Like the more they can connect, I think like would be much better. But hopefully they can get it over the line. Like again, like we just discussing for the past 20 minutes,
Hmm.
it's all about chances. If you just take your chances.
With your
Nothing else is
chances.
wrong with this team. Exactly. We can win this match easily. Again, depends on the chances. But yeah, do let us know your opinion, guys. Would you start? Who would you start, and would you keep on bench? Would you give a chance, or would you agree with me with Lorente moving to the right midfield and Marco Bill or Molina getting a chance on the right back position? Do let us know. But anyway, moving on to the next section, I would say, what do you think, Saint Keeks? What would be the score of the game?
I don't want
We
to
have
do.
to,
I don't
yeah, we
want to
have
do.
to do it. We
I
have to do this, bro. We have to do
don't
this.
want to do this. I
We
don't.
have
I
to do
don't know
this.
how I feel. Like I feel confident. I like everything I said is true. I still feel confident in our team. I still feel positive about our team. I don't like talking about results because it gives me expectations, and then when I get we get the wrong expectation because of some stupidness we do get a clean sheet against Alaves. We do whatever it is. All right, well, that's a lot of. Let's say 2-0 for Atletico.
2-0. Great, great. Same. I go for Alvarez going berserk in this game with a hat trick, getting his first hat trick, and we getting the first clean sheet of the league. Uh, so yeah, I'm going for 3-0. But yeah, do let us know your opinion, guys. What do you think about the score prediction? Yeah, like deep down we all are scared, but yeah, it's okay. uh, Next, the last one for today again, the rumors. I'll start. I mean, like the very rumors started and like it ended very quickly as well. We didn't even get time to talk about it. So again, we're gonna start off with again. I love this player. Okay, I dare you speak against him, Carrasco. I love the player. I love the players. Like I loved Carrasco, but it's funny. Like we sold Carrasco to Chinese league. We bought Lemar as his replacement. It didn't work out. Carrasco came back, and then again Carrasco made his place in the starting lineup. And then we sold Carrasco to Saudi Arabia. Now we got Lino for his replacement, and now Lino is gone as well. And then we were talking about again Carrasco coming back to Atletico de Madrid, which I wouldn't have mind if it was a loan or free or whatever, just to have that depth.
You
In
can't.
let's
You
say
can't do this.
just to have that depth, I wouldn't have minded for depth. Especially on the right hand side or the. I think left hand side he have no chance to start Carrasco now, but the right hand side yes. So I wouldn't have mind. Obviously, he's a very good dribbler, Carrasco. He's still, but again, the thing is, he's 31. I think he he won't have those legs anymore. Obviously, but again, he has experience and he's still a good dribbler, so I would have minded this transfer at all. But again, it started with the rumor Atleti has Carrasco as an option, and then it just faded away the next day itself because yeah, they said like he doesn't fit in Atletico de Madrid plans as of right now because again, I think we're not playing 5 or 3 at the back. We're not playing that wing back formation right now. But yeah, and yeah, I think it's a few lines on this, and then we move on to the next one. Just few.
Oh, oh my word! I, I'm not a fan of this transfer at all. Carrasco has given me a lot of really good moments and a lot of really, really bad headaches at the same time. He's a very up and down kind of player, and that kind of you'll see moments of brilliance and then moments of complete and utter failure. And I, I that's not something I think Atletico needs. I think he's really, really good on the left hand side, which is another thing I think probably kind of changes the motif of the thing of the transfer because right now we need somebody who can compete with Giuliano. In case Giuliano is not having a good game, or in case we need somebody who is less direct than Giuliano to change the tempo. Yes, Carrasco is a very, very good dribbler. I don't think that's changed. I think his legs are still very fast. It's just his decision making has not changed, and it's arguably got Lewis, which is not a good sign.
But still, I think for depth he would have been good. If like he was coming for free, I would have minded at all. To be honest, Carrasco coming back to Atleti.
My personal feelings is that penalty that he failed to score against Leverkusen lost so much of my faith in Carrasco since then.
But again, that wasn't just Carrasco. Like Carrasco missed. Saul has an open net. He couldn't score, and then Ronaldo had a chance which hit Carrasco, unfortunately, which is again one of those moments of.
Yeah. Anyway,
yeah.
There's other players that we have to talk about.
Next one I would say it's been going on for pretty long.
Not a friend.
Yeah, this one was going on for pretty long. Nico Gonzalez right now, like the recent news that came out from Matteo Moretto and Fabrizio, that the talks have been stalled with Juventus, and there's no talk leading to a transfer, because again we need to make a sale, and that sale is not happening because again the only place we can actually make a sale is Molina, and he's not ready to leave. Nottingham Forest came for him, he didn't go. Bournemouth came for him, he didn't go. Juventus came for him, he didn't go. So that's the situation right now. And so Nico Gonzalez right now is not coming to Atletico Madrid. And again, we've talked about Nico Gonzalez a lot. I think just you can give me just one line, Saint Keeks.
Probably would have been better than Carrasco.
Probably better than Carrasco, Nico Gonzalez, really.
For what we need, yeah.
Okay, no, I would have.
Line. That's not a very high bar, but that's how I feel.
Fine. I would take Carrasco instead of Nico Gonzalez any day. But
team Carrasco on that side, team Nico Gonzalez. Neither of us want them, but this is not what we want. This is not our ideal.
But I'm just taking the options we have. But okay. Anyway, moving on to the next one. Okay, Conor Gallagher is very much in the mix right now. Maybe any team from Premier League can make a move for him with 40 to 50 million euro, which I think would be great. 50 I heard 60 actually as well. 50 to 60 for Conor Gallagher, I think. Wow, but the thing is, I don't trust this club to make good signings after that. We're probably gonna get someone stupid. If you're selling Conor Gallagher for 50, 60.
Somebody who is like Carrasco or Nico Gonzalez.
Yeah, exactly. If Gallagher goes for 50, 60. First of all, I don't want to sell Gallagher. If Gallagher goes to 50, 60, the plan, it came from us actually. If Gallagher goes for 50, 60, Atleti will go for a midfielder and a dribbler.
Yep.
And again, the dribbler, I can literally see Nico Gonzalez coming back into the scene with Gallagher going. Yeah, and then that's not what I want. That's not what I want at all. And then the midfielder, again, the talks were about Kobbie Mainoo. Atleti was interested in Kobbie Mainoo, which is definitely not happening.
It's probably not happening at all.
It's not happening at all. We're definitely not paying 50 to 60.
Alex, let's entertain the hypothetical. Kobbie Mainoo at Atletico. How do you? No, don't talk about the price tag. Talk about the player. How do you feel about Kobbie Mainoo?
Tawfiq Saidu, simple. I'd rather play Tawfiq Saidu. If I have to pay 60 million for Kobbie, okay, look, if he's coming for free, let's say he's coming for
a loan, right? He's a loan, maybe an option to buy or something like that, right?
I'm on my knees. Get him. But 60 is a lot. A loan, fine. I'm all in. Loan, Kobbie Mainoo, loan. Sure. I'm all in. The guy is physical as fuck. We literally have another Cardoso, even maybe better than Cardoso. The guy is very, very, especially with the experience from Premier League as well, especially with playing for a big team as well. The guy can literally, make very good impact at this club, Kobbie Mainoo. But again, he's not going to come for loan. He's not going to come cheap as well.
I'm not talking about reality. I'm talking about how you feel about the player. Let's go back.
If you want to make me say that, like Kobe Mino, Atletico Madrid, great, perfect. Now, if you want to make me dream, I'll go for like as a striker. I can dream about Benjamin Sesko. He went to a wrong place. Benjamin Sesko for
I
Atleti right
want
now.
if we're purely dreaming, let's get Haaland. Let's go all out into the. I'm joking.
Why not? Let's get Haaland, a friend. How can I forget Haaland? Haaland, yeah, exactly. Perfect player for our. Haaland actually suits our game plan much better than any striker. To be honest,
He
he
suits
again.
most teams game plan. To be fair.
That's true, but like I think like for
Yeah,
us, like
I
he's
get what you
bit like yeah, like again pressing up front, great. Again, Man City don't even like cross the ball that much, as much we do. For
mean.
us, like he's gonna, I think, bang more goals for like crosses and all. Imagine his getting onto those crosses,
Imagine
which
if he
Soldat
does that.
misses.
But
True,
let's
true.
in terms of Kobe Mino, my thoughts. I think this is a signing that if somehow it comes to fruition, which I both me and Alex are not the solution. We don't think it's going to happen. If it does somehow happen, this is the equivalent of Enzo Mio signing, where a player who can be a centre midfielder, he can come and play in the double pivot, or he can play further wide because of how good his dribbling is and how good his attacking sense is, as well as his link up play and these other things. This is a profile that I think, had we signed Mio, we would have been able to no longer focus on that triple profile because he would cover two spots in the team, while us now we can say, okay, if we sign this player, now we can focus on either at that time I think we were focusing on either attack or in terms of the centre back, whichever one is up to your decision or discretion. The opportunity arises again if, and I truly do mean if, somehow he does come, he doesn't take up an international slot because he has a Ghanaian passport. So he would open up another slot, assuming Gallagher leaves, and that would mean that yes, it does actually open up again the opportunity for Nico Gonzalez. Although I think he has an international passport too. But anyway, it does open up another international slot. It he's a player who can be a lot of different things in a lot of different ways. I think he would explode under the system in the same way that McTominay exploded for Conte in Napoli. Will it happen? Probably not. But in terms of market opportunities, this is as good as Camavinga to Real Madrid or
McTominay for us would have been pretty great as well. Like he would have
wouldn't have
fit
been bad either.
us perfectly.
So yeah, I don't disagree. I think it's just one of it's because of the fact we literally need a profile like Kobe Mino. We are missing two profiles. He covers both. And so, to me, if you could get him, again, we're talking purely hypothetical, the money involved. He's not on a very big wage because he hasn't renewed at Man United. So his wages are not high.
Yeah, but again, like the
actual
player.
transfer, not possible. Would the player
Yeah.
want to come to Atletico? I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's the main problem actually. Yeah, if he wants to come, because he has many teams, and especially from England as well. Tottenham is lurking around as well.
I heard that if he was to leave, he wouldn't want to be in the Premier League. But he has it's us two in La Liga, and then there's also Bayern are
Real
also
Madrid,
looking at him. So
yeah,
us
and then
and then Bayern.
and then
I don't
and
know
then
if
Real Madrid as well. So yeah, we know what happened with Álvaro Carreras and Masantuono now. So yeah,
true, but I don't think this is one of those ones where how do you say? I don't think this is one of those ones where they're actively focusing on it because another profile that I think we should be looking at is Alish Garcia, who is on the market for about 20 million. Who would also
yeah.
fit a really good centre midfield. You don't want it?
I think no. I mean, like I would have loved it, but the thing I'm saying is like our transfer market is done. Everything is closed. I don't think we're having anything.
Oh, you mean like that? Yeah, for sure. I just meant in the sense of like that is a player who should also be bouncing in between Real and Atletico's books because when you look at Real Madrid, they just sold Ceballos, who was surprisingly vital for Real Madrid last season because they didn't really have a lot of midfielders and they were constantly injured. Getting somebody like that who is effectively very much an upgrade on Ceballos, has a better injury record, knows what do you call it? Knows
Again. Yeah, we're not talking about Real Madrid. Yeah,
I know, but I'm saying the same thing. I was going to say the same thing for Atletico. It's like This is somebody who knows Spain, plays at a very high level. Clearly wants to come back to Spain. Please take him. But my point is done. It's just we know what we need. Whether or not it will happen, I don't believe that anything is going to happen at the end of this window. I don't think Gallagher is leaving. I don't think William is leaving. I think that's it. Unless a surprise sale, unless Carlos Martin randomly just gets sold for like 25 million somehow. I don't know, which won't happen. But unless he gets sold for some insane fee, or we Solar decides, you know what,
I think the most Carlos Martin will get sold for, I don't know, like 2-3 million, something like this. But yeah,
yeah,
it's not going to be a massive sale. But
3.5
I
million
hope
for 50%.
I hope there's like what do you call it, like a surprise as in a good way. Someone comes
in a very good way, please.
in a good way. But like as in Alex Garza comes in for a loan, I would like that. Alex Garza coming in for a loan.
Yeah.
Maybe Kobe Mino coming in for a loan, but yeah, that's not happening. Maybe Nico Gonzalez coming in for a loan. Again, let's see what happens. And then we'll see. But anyway, guys, again, do let us know your opinions, and always, like I said, like and subscribe. Help us reach 500 subscribers, and do let us know your opinions on the Champions League draw and the match against Deportivo Alavés. And hopefully on Saturday we can have a very good weekend, because the last 2 weekends were really good, to be honest. But yeah, this time it's an early kickoff as well. So yeah, let's hope it's a good weekend, and we'll see you guys for the review of the match. And I hope it's with happy faces.
Hopefully we'll have the Champions League draw, so we can talk maybe a little bit about that as well. Probably not though.
Yeah, on Saturday, I think we'll get it on, and I think most probably we'll record on Sunday. So yeah, the video will be on Sunday for the review of the match. So yeah, so stay tuned, and again, hit that bell button, and then again like and subscribe, and just like smash those buttons, just like Atleti smashing our hopes, like I said in last time. So yeah, I'll see you guys on the other side soon. All right, ciao ciao.